and then the ones that so we have this confusion, and I just, for example, a lot of people have food items they don't eat any longer, by either on the advice of doctors or what they have read from social media.
My own, I was asked not to take Coke.
Exactly.
That the best drink for me is water.
Even the water, we are told too much of it.
Too much of it is also not healthy. So
you know
so we're going gradually to a point where you will have no food to eat.
It's really
you were going to say something.
Yes, there was a time we were told to be eating pomo,
exactly,
pomo instead of
red meat.
Red meat.
Correct.
And then at a point, I think like 2 years ago, there was an issue that pomo it's detrimental to health. I mean, and Nigerians started protesting. You mean we should not eat pomo?
Pomo again?
Before now, most Nigerians don't eat anything, Gary. But today now the price of Gary has gone up because they said the medical directive say they should eat more Gary because Gary has less sugar.
Okay.
That Gary doesn't even have sugar. It's starch.
You can imagine.
You understand that they should not eat yam.
And this is the same Gary.
When we were growing up, we were told that beans is a huge source of protein, but in recent times we hear that it has less than 30%. I mean, so at the end, very shortly,
I think we should start eating only fruits.
Okay, fruits are good.
Vegetable.
But again, I think in the final analysis, I think that the bottom line is that we make moderation our watchword.
Yeah, that should be the watchword.
Too much of everything is
bad.
Yeah, because we all need this nutrient.
Exactly, in small amounts, in collaborative measures and all that.
That's true. You are right.
It's okay.
So, dear viewers, we move to the topic for tonight. Now, the Edo politics is what we're talking about, even like a small, just as a subset of the entire thing that we generally know in the Nigerian polity. You'll find that at a time like this, when campaigns are getting hot up, people begin to veer off from the issues.
Yeah.
People begin to talk about personal things. There was a case that happened over the weekend, and it left a sour taste on the mouth for millions of Nigerians. But before we get there, you would see that all through these campaigns and prior to the campaigns proper, there has been one crisis or the other in Edo State. The crisis between the governor and the deputy governor and all that, how there was a time when the deputy governor arrived in Benin City Airport and there was a blast. I mean, it was even in company of the APC candidate, this same Senator Monday Okpewolo.
Yeah.
And all kinds of things. And I mean, I think we need to sit back and say, what exactly is at stake that people have to go to this very ludicrous extent? Why would you have to try to destroy someone and destroy his private personality and drag him in the mud just because you want to score a political point? I think this is what we intend to look at this evening. For example, what happened over the weekend was that the governor's wife, the first lady of Edo State, Betsy Bene Obaseki, attended a rally in Ubiaja, that is the central Edo Central, the home part of the PDP candidate Aswa Egodalo. And she was speaking at a rally to women, and she said something like, make una know say na only one candidate na get wife for, and make una look that one we get wife, make una look am na the wife be this. So she indicated the wife of Aswa. Now, by implication, without necessarily directing it at any person particularly, she had stretched it to mean that some other people, including the APC candidate, doesn't have a wife. And she was, ostensibly, the point she was trying to make is follow the person who's got a wife so that women interests can be protected. You and I know that that's not an automatic thing, but we'll get into the meat of the matter very shortly. So in responding, the person who should have taken it up directly, the APC candidate or the other candidate, Akpata, or one of those two, didn't respond. But Adams Oshomole apparently very disgusted by that jibe, took it upon himself to give it back, and gave it back in a very terrible way that most Nigerians are condemning as we speak. Now, Adam Soshomole said, this person that is surprised that she will talk like that this person that is talking, that she's childless, that she and her husband are childless, both of them are in their 60s, and that it's not a problem to be childless. You cannot fault somebody for being childless, but that at least they should have shown a love for children. That they didn't even show any love for children by adopting children. That many people, when they don't have children, they go ahead and, because they really love children, they adopt. But that's not the case with the Obasekis. And that in any case, their candidate, Senator Monday Okpolo, has beautiful daughters who are highly intelligent. The first one is a lawyer, the second one is a doctor, and on the campaign trail, they have spoken at the three zones, in Edo North, Edo South, Edo Central. These girls, these daughters spoke at those rallies, and you saw the kind of stuff that they have. And that in any case, their mother was at those meetings. Now, I'd like us to understand that Oshomole has still not answered whether the man is married or not. If you say their mother was there, it could be she's their mother, but they may no longer be married. So there's still a small lacuna there that is not taken care of. Yeah. So, viewers, this is what we're talking about this evening. Should we go down low? You know, it was Michelle Obama, First Lady of America, some years back, who said, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah.
But Adam Soshomole clearly is not an apostle of Michelle. It's not a disciple. He's clearly not a disciple of Michelle Obama. So when the woman went low, he went lower into the depths. So tonight, let's look at this issue. Should it be so?
Yeah, I think what is playing out right now, it goes further to show that how desperate some persons could be, which is uncalled for. I think people should begin to, when it comes to politics, people should begin to go beyond the level of sentiment, looking to should be able to judge beyond the level of personal life.
Exactly.
What Edo people should go for should be what is this candidate, each of the candidates, what are they bringing to the table?
To the table.
Like, you know, like every state in Nigeria is supposed to be like Lagos State, which is like a sort of economic hub. So there is no state in Nigeria that does not have something to tap from. So they should go for, out of these three candidates, I think what they should look out for is what each of them has upstairs, what are they bringing to the table. They should go beyond looking at okay, somebody is married or not. I mean, that's personal.
That's it.
Like the two cases presented. The other one is married but childless, then probably the other one has children and then no wife. So people should begin to live beyond that. They should go for what the developmental strides,
exactly, what the
promises
can
offer that can change the narratives of Edo State.
Correct, I believe so.
To me, Oshomole went above bar. Too far.
Too far, clearly, yeah.
And he was trying to play God. He wanted to be God himself. Because for challenging God, if you insult anybody at all of being childless, it is not the person you are directing the insult to. It is God you are challenging. And they know why they have refused to adopt. It's personal to either adopt or not to adopt. And as a governor, the governor has governed Edo State going to 8 years now. He has built schools for children.
Good.
He has built hospitals for children. He has done a lot of things for children. That he has no child in his home, and he has not adopted anyone.
From his own loins.
It's personal. And the woman on her own side was not insulting anybody. She is a woman, and she knows how it should be for a man to say, I want to govern a state, and you have no wife in your house that you can manage. If you have no capacity to manage wife first, she wasn't talking about having child. She was stressing, all her attention was wife. This man has no wife. And if you have no wife, what will be your attention to women problem if you become governor? And if you have wife, you know how you treat your wife at home. Whether you are treating your wife right or you are treating your wife wrongly, people will see that to judge you. But as it is now, nobody know how the man will treat women in Edo State. So be very careful in selecting somebody as your governor that doesn't have wife. And as a woman, if you submit your right to this man that doesn't have wife, and at the end the person's policy is not geared towards solving your problems as women, you have no right to question him. I think that was the angle the woman was doing.
Richard, here will come in here.
But for Shomole to say the woman have no child, just like you said earlier, he could not answer the question of to why the man
whether
has
the
no
man
wife.
was married, whether the man has
Whether he has wife or not. He was talking
he still
about
stylishly was
child,
silent on,
that he has a child. This one was a graduate of medicine and all of. You see, in fact, Osomole went too far. He has to go and apologize to God.
As far as I'm concerned,
he should apologize to God, not to the woman.
Both of them hit below the belt.
Yes,
it's just that one party went too far.
The woman was political.
No.
The woman's presentation was political because she was addressing women.
INEC is the one that sets the
she was addressing women.
The qualification for candidates.
It
is not one of the qualifications for candidates whether you are married or not.
So
there was no need to go there.
No,
it was no. There was no need to go there.
You cannot present yourself to be a leader, public office holder.
Richard,
if you cannot manage your home, if you don't have a home that you manage.
But look at the situation.
You just told us that Obaseki has no children, but he has done a whole lot for children in Edo State.
Yes,
very good. So what says that even a bachelor who has never had children cannot rule the place and do the right thing and be equitable to every party, equitable to every gender?
There will be a limit you can go if you don't have a wife. There's a limit you can go.
But have you looked at a situation where, like, I think both parties went extra miles?
Exactly.
Because like now Osomole is saying you don't have a child, and then you that is it's possible, and he said outrightly that is the reason why he is not able to cater for children in Edo State, that it will be difficult for and then the other person now said you don't have a wife. How can you now govern the women? Women. So I mean, those statements are not necessary.
Issue of childlessness. Issue of child is God.
Issue of marriage is God.
You can on your own choose not to marry. But you cannot on your own choose not to have child if you have wife. If you have wife and child is not part of
there are plenty of people today choosing not to have children.
But you have wife. But if you have wife and you choose not, you cannot have wife and choose not to have child.
Have you forgotten that presently in this country, in Benue State, the governor does not have a wife? He's
very good. He's a
father.
Catholic priest.
Yes.
And
so
that's even Richard State. I like the example.
Yes.
If you investigate it, you will find out that the governor has a child.
No, don't make that kind of. We're national.
I am telling you this. It's true. I'm telling you.
It's against the
80% of Reverend fathers have children.
But it does not. But he does not have a wife.
Empirical evidence has proven
they don't have wives.
Empirical evidence has proven that 80% of Reverend fathers have children.
All right, but even then, they have no wives.
He doesn't have a wife, and
he's
still able to perform in the state. I think that state is doing well better
yes.
for now.
Yes,
Benue
he's
State.
not married.
Benue State is not doing normal. I am from Benue State. I am from
No,
Benue
Richard is
State.
not going to agree because
No, not that I am not going to agree. I have a local government, and all the revenue for over 12 months that the governor have received, there is no sign of any development in my local government, down to my ward.
But have you checked?
You understand?
Is
But
he
you need to
carrying the
check
women
across
in
first.
terms of
No,
appointments?
my local government again, I don't know what is happening in my local government.
across other parts of the. I mean,
There is no local government. I am from Idoma, Benue South Senatorial Zone.
Yes.
There is out of the 9 local government in Benue South Senatorial Zone, there is no development anywhere. Is it health? Is it school? Is it roads? In the whole of Benue South, there is nothing like development from this current administration.
But
well, maybe it's too early to.
No, it's not too early. It's not too early.
Apart from that,
It's not too early.
Is it
Me, I
very-
shut my mouth before that. I won't say anything until after one year. And I've seen the 1 year. Now we are analyzing and looking at what governors, presidents, even chairman, local government chairman, what they have done in 1 year.
But the question
But
is,
in my own case, I have not
is he
seen
able
anything.
to carry the women along?
Exactly, because
in
that's the
terms of
issue we're tackling
appointments?
today.
In terms of appointments,
How many
is
women are commissioners in his administration?
See, let me even stop you there, Richard. We
We are discussing it.
we cannot even.
Don't bring my state in here. We are discussing it.
You cannot.
No,
you cannot,
but that is a good example.
You cannot
we have
approbate.
to.
You cannot approbate and reprobate at the same time. The point is this: if you remember, when we were discussing issues concerning the Tinubu administration, you were one of the persons who said that it is too early to
No, I said 1 year is enough to analyze, to check
Tinubu,
what they are
when
doing.
we're talking about Tinubu.
Yes, now.
No, I think that.
But we still have time. Even if it's tumble, we still have time.
No, so I really think, as far as I'm concerned, that everybody should go back to the drawing table.
That is
they
it.
have limited time. This limited time, that's an unnecessary distraction.
It is.
I mean, talk about you are going to put a school in this place. You are going to correct a road problem.
Infrastructural
you are going to,
development.
bring in computers. You are going to. That's what we should listen to. Not that somebody is not married.
Foreign investors.
If it was that serious, the approving authority would have made it a condition before you can qualify to be a candidate.
Generally, what is happening in Nigeria, Edo, we are just picking Edo now to be talking about.
Exactly,
Edo,
yes. But generally,
that is where election is going.
Is
going to be held in the next few months or few weeks now.
Generally,
now we can see. It's very clear that democracy, especially in Africa, is in crisis.
It is.
Democracy is in crisis. If you look at what is happening in Edo, you will see very vividly that all the people jostling to occupy 1 or 2 positions, they are doing that for their own benefit, not to the benefit of the general public. And that's why they want to kill. They can insult anybody. They can even insult God to get into the position.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So now, even if like what is happening in America, the American election is going is November. The campaign train of Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, the campaign train of Trump. If you see what they are bringing out, talking to engaging America with, you will see the true direction of America. You see the value system of America. And that is what they are telling them. We will do this for you. In the health sector, this is what I'm going to do if you elect me as your president. In the education sector, this is what I'm going to do if you elect me as your president. In terms of border security, this is what I will do to safeguard America from external aggression. But that is what they are telling Americans. But in Nigeria, even within the state level, like Edo now, they should be telling them in those days, this Edo, when we were growing up, we know it to be
Bendel.
Yes,
it was a combination of Edo and Delta.
You understand? Bendel State. And it was like London.
To be honest,
the first developed society in Nigeria is Edo.
Used to be great.
Used to be Edo. In those days, now today, now, if you are elected House of Representatives, if you are elected senator, what they use to tell their people that they are developing their community now is solar power light, solar street. But in those days, when some of us were so small, there was street light in Benden.
as at that time.
Then they look like London.
As at 74,
You understand?
There was a dam.
But today, all of those things have vanished.
Water from the tap was flowing.
As at 74.
As at that time.
All of those things have vanished.
You had Bendel Transport Service, Edo line, that traversed the entire state at cheap price, convenient, beautiful transport line. A whole lot of things. They were churning out great footballers for this nation. You see, so these are the things. Now, if a state had achieved that level, why do we have to return to base sentiments?
Those people that went to
whether somebody is married or not married and all that. Exactly, it's desperation.
Our politicians are. But I think the whole thing here, it's boils down to what the people of Edo State really want. If really they want development, I think they should go for a candidate who has something to offer, not somebody who goes about
telling people
ranting
you don't have a child and you don't have one wife. This is nonsense.
What are you bringing to the table?
If I were Edo people, Edo voters, I would just forget about PDP candidate and APC candidate
and then go for the next one.
Because this is an insult to the entire state.
It's ridiculous, and not just the state.
It's a general thing.
It's a national thing, because the whole world is watching. All eyes in Edo State as it stands right away. So it's an issue, and it needs to be corrected. Our politicians
I read on social media that the first lady, that is Remi Tinubu, invited, I don't know how far it's true, but I saw something like that on social media, that Remi Tinubu called, invited Oshomole, maybe to speak to him about that. To be honest, it was a mismatch. It was, somebody slaps you and then you bring a sledgehammer and pound him with it.
But the first lady still shouldn't have said what she said,
exactly,
because
clearly.
You don't really know what had transpired between, if he was married
maybe they had
and
issues.
It didn't work out.
Exactly.
I mean, if you know, at the stand, there are some persons who are even married, but they are not happy in that marriage.
But they're just managing to stay there. So what's the essence?
Acting it. So what's the essence?
What is happening in Edo now? It looks as if Oshomole is the one contesting the election. What is the problem?
And the whole issue of harassment,
part of it again, and that's part of what has played out in these campaigns in Edo, is that the APC candidate has been seen as a bit tongue-tied or lacking capacity in the English language. I think he has a challenge, and so many times they have to speak like they are speaking on his behalf. That's a real situation, because I have been in a meeting where he was. I was in a meeting with other journalists with the Minister of Works, and I'm saying this on national TV, with the Minister of Works, where Oshomole was there, Senator Monday Okpolo was there, a few other Edo APC chieftains were there. Then they brought contractors, Julius Beja and so on and so forth. They came to discuss how to fast track the construction of the Abuja Benin Lokoja road. In order, because the essence, the whole purpose of that meeting was for them to appeal to the contractors to please speed it up, so they could use it as a campaign a strategy. I mean, look at what the APC government has been able to deliver within this short time. A road has been there for so many years that was not attended to, but unfortunately it also failed. Now, on that occasion, when it was time to talk, you can trust Oshomole. He came up, and I mean, anecdotes, wisdom, humor, everything within that 3 minutes that he spoke. I mean, he had a rousing and this. Then it was time for the candidate to speak. Till today, I do not know what he said. I was sitting across like this, so I'm not. It's not. The person sitting next to me said, in a state like Edo State, where you have produced Oshomole, is this the person who is going to represent, who wants to represent the state?
I hope you are not paid. You are not paid by the other candidates.
No.
I'm being very honest.
My question is, he had been a senator, right?
You know, so how did he get there?
How was he able to get to that position? And another thing is, you know, sometimes it's not all about speaking grammar.
Yeah.
If he has
about
something,
action.
because it's about action. There are some persons who are not really good in terms of being very loud. He might not be a very loud person.
No, you don't need to be loud.
But
just articulate your vision. You must, no matter what, you must be able to articulate your vision.
Like now in Edo State, I think they have a general way of communication, which is pidgin.
Good. So that's a good one.
If he's able to
pass the
communicate
message
and
in pidgin,
exactly, in pidgin, and then able to touch lives in Edo, I mean, why not?
Guess what? What you just said. Arise TV gave him an opportunity to come on TV on its station and communicate in pidgin. But you see, it was looked at as a joke. I mean, it was like
shouldn't be.
It was taken as like he was being mocked.
They should arrange a debate for all the candidates.
They did. He didn't attend.
Even if he's able to communicate in pidgin, I think that's
the challenge.
Good to
he's
go.
unable to really
articulate,
communicate. Yes. But like she is saying, there are very charismatic politicians who will go there and say,
and give results.
On a day, me, I won't talk for the language will be
understand.
And he could have carried the day.
And you know, if you go to the northern part of this country, what I've observed, I stand to be corrected. Most times in their campaigns, they use their Hausa. Because these are the people you are going to rule. These are the people that you are going to work for. So if you are able to communicate in any form of language, be
but
it
this
local,
age we are now, the direction you guys are going, I disagree with you completely. At this era, then you allow somebody who cannot communicate well to be governor of Edo State.
No, like what I said.
Now you just talk about foreign direct investment,
yes.
FDI. That they should be talking about how to bring investors into Edo State. Okay, how will he now travel to as a governor? He will not go to China to go and woo investors to Edo.
No.
He will go to France to go and woo investors. He will go to Singapore to go and woo investors to.
No, he can't. We have had cases where expatriates investors come to this country. They come with their interpreters, people who can interpret.
The
and
first caller is here. Let's take him or her. Oops, we lost him. So go ahead.
So I was trying to say we have had cases where expatriate leaders in Western world come to Nigeria with people with their own interpreters. So if he has such a vision, such connections, he can always go along with whosoever that is going to help him in terms of language.
Indeed.
So
I agree with you, because these international meetings, you find out that they have to wear translators. Translating.
It's just our problem is that we don't even have a central language in Nigeria. The only central language you have is English. Which is wrong. And it's imported.
Because he is going to rule his
so many
people.
things. Wow. I hope. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ola, calling from Lagos.
Oh, thank you. You are a regular customer. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't want to, keep in few things respect to the candidates, Edo State, Edo election that is coming that we are talking about.
Yeah.
Well, what I don't want to say is that in this part of the world, I think we have prioritized capacity and competence over speaking grammar or English.
Exactly.
And that's why sometimes when you look at all this China and some other country, they even design a curriculum that you can teach their own students in such a way that they will understand engineering, they will understand certain things easily. And that does not stop them from going international to even discuss, just as somebody mentioned there, that you see them on international discussion, that has to do with United Nations speaking their language.
That's it.
Just based on the fact that we, in the colonial mentality that we have had, and people like, sorry to mention the Obayago, they have learned so many grammar, and we have been carried away with all these grammar. I believe that it is speaking grammar that make make it a family issue. This is a big issue. And you begin to speak, probably in pidgin, and you tell them what you want to do. As a matter of fact, even in the north that we said they speak in Hausa during their debate, when they go international, it does not mean that the governor that was about to be elected does not know how to speak English. But you just feel that I have to come down to my own people, let me speak my language. So when they are talking about, look at this national state governor, he did the same thing. But by the time you see him discussing with World Bank, he speaks good English. Just because I have to communicate to my own people in the way they will understand, so that when they are saying they are going to do this and they fail to do it, the market woman selling body, the woman selling granite, the woman selling fula, be able to ask questions in their that you said you are going to do this and not do it. So for me, I believe that the man can take advantage of this charisma and what you have in plan to bring your people together and even champion the cause that something that has not happened. People will say, why is this one happening? Yes, fine. It's happening for the first time, and it should become, a talk of the town.
A standard. Ola will have to go now. You have to go now. Thank you so much for your contribution. You make very good points. Now, see, the picture that he painted of people Hausas communicating in Hausa language, and then when there's a need to communicate in English language, they also feel, the position is not the same in this case, because this particular person has a challenge. But there's no doubt that he could have been charismatic about it and use pidgin like you suggested, and then tell them, my people, now what I carry come be this, not be grammar. Let's take this one. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Josiah from Edo State.
All right.
Yeah. You see what is going on in Edo politics, especially the APC. Oshomole look at this past issue between him and Obaseki. He look at Obaseki to be somebody that is too smart for him to handle. So right now he went and picked somebody that cannot even speak for himself. They speak for him. So it will be very easy for Oshomole to push his governorship candidate, the APC governorship candidate, to push him left and right and anywhere they want to go. Because right now, look at what is going on. Since Oshomole became a senator, nobody has seen him anywhere within Edo North. His own constituency, he has done nothing there. And now he's bringing somebody. They don't even have a word to campaign to say this is what they want to do. They have been in government before. They are in government in the presidency or presidential level. They have nothing to campaign for in Edo State. Nothing. They don't have a word to say this is what we have done.
Josiah, just to correct, to make right the where you started from. It is not correct to say that Oshomole went and brought somebody he can twist around his finger. Because
it's his own opinion.
I remember
it's his own opinion.
Exactly, yeah. But no, he's talking a matter of fact.
No, some people bring a stooge now. Some people bring stooge that they can control. I'm going to tell you. I've heard somebody saying that Oshomole is bringing somebody he can remote control.
Richard, that is not correct. Because as Oshomole had issues, he wanted the deputy now. The person they are using as deputy candidate is the person Oshomole was championing. But the party overrode him and said he cannot go and bring somebody from Edo South. The person, the deputy Idahosa, is from Edo South, the Benin, the Oredo side. And that's who Oshomole felt had enough maybe charisma and everything to go through. But this man who is from the central, because you see there's north, there's south, there's central. And so, North has done, Oshomole is from the north. Obaseki is from the south. It is the turn of the central, and that's one of the issues between Governor Obaseki and his deputy Shaibu. That how can you, after North has done and South has done, you still want to want to come out again? You from North want to come out again without allowing
blocking the space
of
against
Central. So it's very clear. Oshomole never really wanted this man, But the party insisted that they need to bring out somebody from Edo Central, and that's why they fell back on this one. The choice is just that eventually they fell for somebody like this. Hello.
This is your word, very harsh.
Hello?
They fell for
Yeah,
somebody
good
like
evening.
this.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So what I'm trying to say about
You've not told us your name.
the guest,
You've
my
not-
name is Sarah Totif, calling from Adamawa State.
All right then.
Yes, sir. So my concern is the guest in the studio. Because when a lady was giving example of
We're all journalists. No, none of us is guest. Go on.
All right, okay. So when she was giving example of governor of Benue State, I didn't expect him to say a word that he has a child. He is a reverend father, and do you have a proof? You know, when we are speaking, we should know where we are. It's on air. If he asks you, do you have a proof he has a child?
I say 80% of reverend fathers in Nigeria have a child, have children.
So we should mind the way we speak in public.
Well-
because that's what the issue now of Oshumale and Sabaki.
Okay.
Because it's preached.
Okay.
So we should.
Yeah,
we should amend
Sarah,
it
if
in public.
you recall, I also intervened quickly, and I tried to say that this is national TV and that we need to moderate. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
It's a good thing that Adamawa is getting us clear, and I mean, she was so as if she's talking from Abuja
Yes,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. Now let's take this one again. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is Mr. Joe Muru from Edo State, precisely Omwa East local government.
All right.
Yes, yes.
That's a do north. That's a do north.
Yes, that's
Turn down the
Edo
volume of your TV.
Can you please reduce the volume of your TV set?
Okay.
Yeah. So that.
I'm happy to find the discussion of this evening.
All right.
If God abuse children, the issue of Obasaki have no child should not be an issue. If God abuse children. Then regard the politics. We the adults, we know who we are going to vote for. Oshomole cannot decide who to be governor. They have problem with Obasaki. Everybody is aware. The whole world is aware. That is his anger. We the adults, we have made up of our mind who to go for. Somebody that cannot speak fluently cannot be a governor of a new state.
All right.
So we have made up our mind.
Now you are from the same. You are from the same zone. You are from the same zone with Oshomole.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but that's your stand that Oshomole cannot determine.
That's my stand. We have our choice.
All right. Thank you very much.
Is he speaking for other Edo voters or is speaking for himself?
That's his opinion.
All right. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you very much. See, you know, I don't want to put myself in the fray. I'm from that state, and I know some of the things. I know some of the things that are playing out there.
Okay, that's
The truth, exactly. That the truth is that he's from the north, and about half of the north, that's northern zone, are angry that every time he has an opportunity, he takes care of his own part of that north. So a whole big portion of the north are against him. Okay. And so if you add that to south of Obaseki, and then APC has a lot of work to do. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying the program going on the politics.
Yeah, so which one is better? The one that says why is somebody not married, or the one that says the couple is childless?
I'm going to contribute in differences. Just listen to my contribution.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually,
advice I want to give to the people of Edo State is that they should pass the issue of the whether having child or not having child. And secondly, the issue of whether married or not married. And the issue of speaking English language or not speaking English language fluently. Let them choose for the candidates that will going to work for them.
That's all.
That's
Just
it.
look among the so many parties we have in Nigeria. They should find out the very suitable candidates that will going to work for them in a little state.
That's all.
Work for the candidates. That's my advice for them.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you.
Now, listen to this. Communication is very important in life. We have seen scenarios where a man is interested in a woman, but he's tongue-tied. He doesn't speak. The woman is even expecting the man to make the move. She likes the man. But if the man doesn't speak, the woman is not going to speak. Are you still there? So sorry, you can cut off and listen from. You can listen. You can watch from the set.
Yeah, I think that. Can you hear me? The problem is that Nigeria have been booted so many guys who have been speaking big grammars, but they are actually working for us.
All right. So now, see, we're closing. We're rounding this up
local
very soon.
political campaign self, you are supposed to even use the dialect that the voters can understand,
Of course.
not even English language.
But what during campaigns was
now
it not?
the point I'm making is this. So unless the man makes that move, somebody will just walk in, for example, and say, "Wow, babe, you're beautiful, and I think I want to have you as my friend." And he goes. He has not spent any time. The woman looks at it. This guy, I've been waiting on him for 5 years. He has not spoken. This guy is serious. This guy is not serious. But this guy is serious. He's dying inside of him, but he's not saying it. How do you know somebody who has action, who has potential to do anything, if he does not communicate it? Why did we have to wait during the protest? There were a lot of persons saying the president has to speak to Nigerians. The president has to speak to Nigerians. Why didn't we wait for other people, his ministers? Why weren't we satisfied with ministers or his media aides to speak on his behalf? These things are very important if you're going into politics.
Very key.
Communication is very important.
Very key. The issue there is that until you say something, the masses will not have something to hold on to.
Come on, thank you. You don't have anything to run with.
Yes. What you are saying is your manifesto.
That's it. And so if you don't talk, I mean, how
at the end, if you are doing another thing, nobody will say you will do this and you have not done it.
Exactly.
So you have to talk.
I totally disagree that he cannot speak English at all.
No.
Because this is a senator. He has
and most senators are aware that a lot of them don't stand up to make any contribution for the 4 years.
They can't talk. They have no bill.
For 4 years.
They have not sponsored any bill. Even raise hand up for motion, say I have an objection. They will not say I have objection. Most of them
but
can't say.
if you follow his track record, has he been able to carry his
most
people
probably
along?
He might be a philanthropist.
Yes.
Maybe he has done some things in his locality
Because for
that
him to
draws
have
people
gotten
to him.
to that point,
but that's not enough. It's not enough. Just yesterday on radio, I heard youth corpers who were mobilized to go to certain places. I think Taraba was one of them, and whether Abuja, one other state. They were complaining. Listen to a youth corper say, "They are wicked in us. They are wicked in us." Who does that? I mean, nobody is saying come and speak like Patrick Obahiagmo. Nobody is saying come and speak like a newscaster. But at least put your thoughts to people to hear. Simple thing. This, that, this. Simple.
That is another topic for another day.
Exactly. I think we need to do something on that.
Education.
Falling
standard.
Expression. Ability to express yourself is a huge gift that can take you places.
It is.
That can take you places.
Yeah, it is.
Even without money, without any other education, the fact that you can express yourself it opens doors. So nobody should come and tell us that it's not grammar. We're not talking about highfalutin grammar or something. Just tell us, what do you want to do? There's a video that is on social media of the man speaking. You will be sorry that such a person even put himself forward to be a candidate. Go and check. Go and look for it.
Wow.
Hello.
I keep saying that.
We tend to be forgetting the.
I don't know whether Labour Party,
Hello.
Labour Party or PDP paid you to come and campaign for them.
Hello. What's the name? Good evening.
Yes, my name is David Ibrahim. I'm calling you from Jos.
All right, go ahead, please. Let's hear your
I
contribution.
want to contribute a little.
Yeah.
But before then, I want to just please beg that man, please, he should apologize for that his statement he made.
No. We've gone beyond that, Mr. Umaru.
Which one?
Please.
Which one?
Can we move ahead?
Which one is he talking about?
Can we move ahead?
But don't take exception. That was not what I called. That was a very interesting conversation, but you went too far with it.
We already are.
Which one is that? Which one is that?
And he has.
Don't you know Reverend Fathers that have children?
No, you didn't say the father that have children. You said you know the pain for the child.
No, I did not say it like that. I said he cannot say that the man doesn't have child. That most Reverend Fathers, even 70% of Nigerian Reverend Fathers have children. You can still replay what I said.
In any case,
you can still replay what I said.
In any case, Richard, that's a very
most Reverend Fathers have children.
I think we should better use some.
Most, I say most. I even put. I say even 70% of Reverend Fathers in Nigeria have children.
But even if that's the situation, it's illegal.
It's not. Yes, sir. The Bible says, "Go here into the world and multiply."
It's illegal.
No, that's not what we're discussing.
Go and multiply.
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
What is the sin about a Reverend Father having child?
The sin is that it is against their code. Hello? Yeah? Hello? We can hear you. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Agada Kamal from Benin State.
All right. Can we have your take on this?
I want to revalidate what Dayo Omoogun said. I'm from Benin State Senatorial Zone, Zone C. This Reverend Father have never done anything in our zone. There is no single project in our place.
Can you hear him?
Draw his attention. Projects are going on in other zones, in his zone. The team called zone. But in our zone, nothing, of course, is going on.
Well, it's unfortunate the kind of politics that we get in this country where promises are hardly fulfilled. Thanks for your contribution.
Government of exclusion.
Yeah, so Zone C is EDO.
Yes.
Okay. South. Okay, thank you. Now, so I think that somehow this is veering more off even the original, but again, it's still in line. It's still in line in terms of
democracy is all about inclusion.
Exactly, and it's
you allow people, you make people to understand that they are part of the government.
So I think that we should not agree. We must, as media people, we must up the ante. You can't ask. I mean, how do you see? Honestly, I wish I could play that video of somebody saying, Edo people, you know, you people have solid minerals. You want your, I mean, good look for it. It's just, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't portray Nigerians generally as serious. I mean, we're going back to the days of, okay, I don't know whether you know Bakinzo of Kano State, who said, in my state, we have plenty minerals. We have Sipirite, we have Coke, we have Panta. Is that the kind of thing that we should have in the 21st century? Somebody's talking about solid minerals and it's really now to soft drinks. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Dr. Love on the line.
All right.
Okay.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Benin.
All right, go ahead. Oh, good, yeah.
Okay, so the issue of whether child or no child, unfortunately, we know Nigerian politicians have been ruling us with 419 all through, so we are used to their system. That even those that don't have certificates will come up and say they have their certificate in United States of America. At the end of the day, what we have, they will play their way into the system and do whatever thing that is in their mind. So the issue of whether they have child or not, some of them have a lot of wives. It's only one that they are presenting before us. So we are not, it's not strange to us. But the issue of another thing is
for someone don't know how to express himself, or I don't know how to put it, how did he manage to get to that position of a senator?
The point.
If at all you are even a generous man in the whole of the state, at least to some extent, you should have a level of communication with people that people will understand what you are actually saying. Okay, let's forget about the fact that, okay, grammar. We are not talking about grammar. Yeah. Can you communicate with us so that we understand, even in your language, in our dialect, so that we understand that you are really, this is what is in your mind. These are things that I think people are looking at. Then the issue of godfatherism, of course, I want to make sure someone will come so that I have a lot of lapses that need to be covered up or what have you. I think those are some of the reasons why some of these politicians that are going and coming in are running scatter for all these their politics. For Edo State is very, very glaring, very, very glaring. And I think they may look at federal power and state power that they felt they want to use within the election. But of course, people like us who are publican, who is watching, we are watching. We know who to vote for. But just like what your colleague said, I am not the spokesman for the whole of Edo. I can only vote with my family for a particular person I want to vote for.
And you cannot even be...
that whether we like it or not, these so-called politicians that are ruling us or leading us with these 419 all through is something else. I pray God will help us.
It is well. Thank you very much for coming on the show. The thing is, like he is saying, now the Peking where you carry for Belen and you feel trust to, even saying that you and your family will vote, you never can say when the person gets to the ballot.
The issue there now is that in Nigeria presently, the only language most electorate understands is the language of money.
That's it.
So
that's pitiable.
The real language that will bring
sad.
development to your doorstep, we don't listen to that anymore.
Exactly.
What we listen to is cash. So that is why what the guy is saying there. And as I said earlier, democracy is in crisis. And that is why you see the re-emergence of military coming on board again in Africa.
Yeah.
You see Mali, you see Niger of recent in July, you see Burkina Faso. And if you check the reason they have given,
you can just give your last line with that, because we are run out of time.
What my own last word is that Edo people should not look at who have child or who have wife.
Exactly.
What they should be looking at is the character and the human being in the persons that have presented themselves to lead them as governors.
Exactly.
They should winnow them and pick the best that can give them service. Governance is about service. And if you cannot give that service to the people, you are not qualified to lead. So they should select the one that can govern them, that can give them quality life in Edo State, not who have child or who have wife.
Let's take this as the last caller. Last caller, yeah?
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's Pastor Akinde calling from Akure in Edo State.
Quickly, sir.
The problem that confronting Edo State concerning what Senator Oshiomhole said, the English words that say two wrong will never make a right.
That's it.
And to never be heard as a statement, as an elderly man. If Obaseki is wrong, the wrong should not be transferred back to Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole has been proven stubbornness and be an arrogant man. We're supposed not to be as a statesman, as an elderly man that has been governing the state. So concerning the people of Edo State, we have been hoping in Edo State that it's going to be a game of further fighting the state. The other opposition party may take the ticket in Edo in the upcoming election, because power will fight power and seat will fight seat.
All right.
We are praying for better democracy in Edo State.
All right, thank you, Pastor Akinde. Yeah, let's have your last line.
Okay, my advice for Edo people is they should go beyond sentiments. They should go beyond tribal sentiments, personal sentiments. Rather, they should go for a candidate who can make their lives better, a candidate who can bring in investors that can take the state to a greater height, a candidate who can give them more of infrastructural development, a candidate who can make their education, change the narratives of education in Edo State. That's my...
Well, as we close, I have this very strong point I'd like to put out there, that many times when people react, there's a way by which many times people overreact, but in the process we lose sight of the trigger. Even in families, in marriages, you find out that there's somebody is triggered, and then he now maybe sometimes overreacts, or he reacts, because you see, action and reaction are positive and equal. There will always be a reaction. So as much as possible, let us refrain from going below the belt when we try to make our political statements as much as possible. And also, like my colleagues have said, I also agree that sentiments are not supposed to come into these elections. Let's vote wisely. Let's not vote because we are given packages of 5,000 naira, 3,000 naira, or because we are given packages of Gary, particularly at a time when the economy is in dire straits like this. People are likely to be able to fall for anything. But I mean, we still have to say this, that you should look at the I like the language that Richard used a while ago. He said, we know them. I mean, that is, separate the chaff from the wheat, and then make your choice and vote. At this point, we will be bringing the show to a close. My name once again is Dayo Omoogun, and
I am Oriri Richard. Good night.
All right. Ekaette Ibuot. Bye for now.
Now, thank you very much, everyone who contributed to this program, everyone who called to make it this very engaging and conversational. We say thank you to you. Another day will come tomorrow, another opportunity for you to be on this program with another set of journalists. And we say thank you also to the producer, the chief executive officer of this station. And we say thank you to every member of the production team. Good night and God bless. Tomorrow is another day. And as we say at KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.